They treat what they are told, how they are told. And if you are one that wants to venture out and treat away from their ways of modern medicine with holistic medicines, this will not go well for you. The science and medical industry, like all other industries in this world, is controlled. From our schools to our doctors, we trust our professionals pretty much, no questions asked. But what we do not do is question who is funding this science and what are their goals. Everything we are seeing is moving us toward this goal. We have been conditioned to accept all of this and trust these people because we want to believe they are doing everything because they care. But in actuality, they are moving with the goal of control in order to bring about worship of Satan by this world. We are falling for deception that is covered with a theme of knowledge. Because we don't recognize where this knowledge comes from and what it is doing, is drawing people away from the faith.
There are pockets, and significant pockets, of the country where vaccines aren't happening because of those, the anti-vaxxers, or whatever you want to call them, who have made significant headway.
Philanthropy means love of humankind, especially as evinced or demonstrated in deeds of practical beneficence and work for the good of others. Eugenics is a doctrine of progress and evolution of the human race culture, a term coined by the father of eugenics, Sir Francis Galton, the cousin of Charles Darwin. Also meaning well-born, of good stock, of noble race. Seeing as the eugenics movement and organizations are always headed up by white people, I'll let you guess which race they think is the noble one.
Really grabbed me as urgent were issues related to population, reproductive health.
But did you come to reproductive issues as an intellectual?
When I was growing up, my parents were always involved in various volunteer things. My dad was head of Planned Parenthood. And it was very controversial to be involved.
Gee, Bill, it's hard to imagine what could possibly be so controversial about sterilizing the blacks, poor, and undesirables. But as the old saying goes, like father, like son. Of course, reproductive health issues is a sugar-coated synonym for eugenics. On December 10th, 1939, in a reply letter to Dr. C.J. Gamble, written and sent by Margaret Sanger herself, she discusses how it would be worthwhile for his federation to employ a full-time Negro physician because in her experience, while the colored Negroes have great respect for white doctors, They get closer to their own members and more or less lay their cards on the table, which means their ignorance, superstitions, and doubts. She says they do not do this with the white people, and if we can train the Negro doctor at the clinic, meaning in birth control methods, abortion and sterilization techniques, he can go among the black communities with enthusiasm and with knowledge, which I believe will have far-reaching results among the colored people, meaning depopulation. His success will depend on his personality and his training by us. She goes on to say that the black religious minister's work is also important, and also he should be trained like the Negro physician, perhaps by the Federation, as to our ideals and the goal that we hope to reach, because we do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population.
Really grabbed me as urgent were issues related to population, reproductive health.
But did you come to reproductive issues as an intellectual?
They are part of an initiative of international calls for global equity in access to COVID-19 vaccines to poorer countries. With goals to vaccinate the most vulnerable people first, including elderly people and those with underlying health conditions that should be first to receive vaccines in every country. Perfect eugenics targets. Young Henry Kissinger said the elderly are useless eaters. A partnership led by Gavi to accelerate the development and manufacturing of COVID-19 vaccines and guarantee fair and equitable access for every country in the world to deadly graphene hydroxide nano razor blade injections into the blood for those useless eaters scared and ignorant enough to take these lethal injections. And who is Pathfinder's partner, Gavi? Gavi is the Global Alliance for Vaccine and Immunization, dedicated to immunizations for all. Gavi was set up and started using a Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation pledge of $750 million back in 1999. And the Gates Foundation is a key Gavi partner in vaccine market shaping. Market meaning a financial commodity, not philanthropic. And they tell us since then, vaccines have become the Gates Foundation's biggest investment. Investment, again, being a financial term, implying a profit or larger financial return for the investment. More strange language for a so-called philanthropic endeavor. So the $200 billion question is, why have vaccines become Bill Gates' biggest investment?
There's been over a 20-to-1 return. There's been over a 20-to-1 return.
If you had put that money into an S&P 500 and reinvested the dividends, you'd come up with something like $17 billion, but you think it's $200 billion.
Here, yeah.
But you think it's $200 billion.
Here, yeah.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it. Write for Pollution Booklet, Box 1771, Radio City Station, New York.